Good morning, team. Uwe Jacobs, property strategist from Property Friends, coming to you live from beautiful Tasmania. It is 5 degrees out there. It is winter after all, but there you go. Yeah. All right. I'm in Devonport, so where the ferry from Melbourne lands, the Spirit of Tasmania. It left this morning at 7 o'clock again. One of these days, I'm going to do that trip by ferry. It's just taking a lot of time, and it's actually cheaper to do it by plane. Anyway, all right. The property investment market in Devonport. I also went to Burnie yesterday, checked up on a couple of things. The market here is quite active. I am getting the feeling that the land sales are picking up. So that's always good. It means that the market is coming up. In the last 3 months, the land sales have been about 25% more than the 6 months before. Again, this is one of the indicators that we track. And of course, discussions with the local agents, with developers and builders provide other pieces in the puzzle to determine where a market is at. So the market is quite active. I feel that the ripple effects from Hobart are coming through still. There are signs that we will have more capital growth. The rental yield is fantastic. Had discussions with the parents of an SDA participant. So we have been working, and I consider that to be one of our success stories. We've been working for 3 years now on building an SDA for a participant. And I looked at the land yesterday. Curb and Channel is going in next week. So the land will be finished, everything being equal, just before Christmas. Apparently it takes 3 months to get titles, which is crazy. But anyway, so around end of March, we should have titles and can get stuck into the building. The builder is lined up. Everything is ready. So we're looking to put the plans into council still in March. Hopefully in 4 weeks, we get the plans out approved. And that means that by end of 2026, the happy participant can move into their own SDA. We're actually doing 2 side by side. We are considering putting a common leisure area with a couple of benches and a table and maybe a barbecue area in the middle. We'll have to see how that works because I suspect that will be 2 different owners. So we'll have to see, but it's looking good. The participant, the anchor tenant, is locked in. That's all good. We are putting our feelers out for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th participant. So 2 participants per SDA home. It is a very large home, 230 square meters, with 2 bedrooms, 2 en-suites, OOA, and a 3rd bedroom. That's the way to do it properly. The parents of the participant are very excited. As I said, we've worked 3 years on this, and it is great that they stood firm and stood the test of time. The issue was that we looked for more than a year for the right parcel of land. The participant needs to be very close to the Mercy Hospital because that's where all his supports are. And that meant that the land was quite restricted. We had to get the right parcel of land. And this is where Property Friends came to the fore. Our research enabled us to find the local developers and speak to them early. So even before the draft plans were finished, I was talking to the developer and secured 2 flat blocks at the top of the hill. The development goes down to the highway and is opposite of the Mersey Hospital in Latrobe. So as an SDA home, of course, you want to have flat land. And there are very few lots that are available like that. On the other side of that development, we're looking at doing one, definitely, one lot, which is over 650 square meters. We will put 2 lodges on there. So that will be a great investment. That means that if we if we were to strata title those lots for under $450,000, someone can get into the market, can purchase their own compact, not huge, but compact dwelling of 60 square meters living, 33 square meters of patio. So that means for 93 square meters, you're getting a home and land for under $450,000. Now, that with the first homeowner's grant at 5% or even 2.5%, depending how you do it, and a potential of a $10,000 grant from the government, is a never before seen opportunity for people to get into the market. Of course, it also means as a rental that we can rent it out and provide an excellent return for the investor. So I'll definitely do one lot with 2 lodges. In all likelihood, there is only one other lot that is just under 650 square meters. And this is where it pays to have a chat with the locals. They say it may be possible, it may not be possible. So we will lock that one away for us pending approval of 2 dwellings on the land. Great opportunities abound. You just have to look for it. And sometimes you have to be creative about the strategies. So we're having fun. Going back to Melbourne via Launceston, catching up with a couple of people in Launceston, checking up on what's happening there. And that will be interesting too, because Launceston is the second biggest town in Hobart, in Tasmania, sorry. Beautiful, picturesque area, and also quite an interesting area to invest in. Generally speaking, I don't expect huge capital growth, more the smooth run of the mill, 6 to 7% per year. But the rental yields are very good. So that always spells for an interesting area that we definitely will keep on the radar. And when good opportunities such as this development come up, we pounce on it. That's also a function of knowing the area well, because you need to know which side is up, which side is down, which side floods, which side has got what sunlight at what daytime. And that's the level of detail that we need to be aware of to be doing a great package versus a good package. All right. So that's pretty much it. Next week, for 3 days in a content immersion seminar with Linda Rita Nava, honing my marketing skills. That will be very, very good. Destroys the entire weekend again, but that's okay. Marketing is important. Thereafter, I am going to Cairns and Townsville again. There is another lodge that is coming out of the container in Babinda, and I definitely want to be there at the opening. The lodge, by the way, is hitting the deck like there's no tomorrow. I've made a submission to the Tasmanian government, and I'm quite certain that the Premier, Jeremy Rockcliffe, and Felix Ellis, the Minister for Housing, if they get confirmed again, which seems likely. We just had elections in Tasmania and the jury is still out, that they will see this development and that there will be discussions about it. which will be very exciting. I see the lodge as a tremendous solution to the housing crisis in Australia. Really, I go that far. All right, more in a week's time, in all likelihood. I'll give an update from the office, and I wish you a good day. And remember, you gotta be in it to win it. Any questions, book a discovery call and we can have a chat. Have a good one. Bye-bye.